Now to our big interview. The Vice President of Liberia, Mrs. Jo Howard Taylor, has lauded Ghana's economic credentials, stating more information sharing and investment channels are being established between Ghana and Liberia to boost bilateral trade. She sat with Odila and Tiamor on the prospects for trade and entrepreneurship.
To the end of where you are, things have actually changed. And so she has remained till today the face of Africa that is considered the strong iron lady that they call her, that she proved what it took to transform. And that can be related to family setting, community setting, business setting. The traits that she lived and that we saw has inspired me to be the strong female politician that I am today. So her work has actually enabled me to become a stronger person in stepping and doing those things that I believe are necessary for the continuing transformation that our country is undergoing.
Yeah, I want to find out from you, there's currently some data that indicates that Liberia, when it comes to countries relating to gender equality, hasn't closed up the gap so much. I want to find out how your vice presidential role, Madame Sirleaf's presidential role as two strong women is actually helping in sort of putting this behind Liberia.
And it's a process. You know, a few years ago, Hillary Clinton was running for president. And I believe all of the women around the world were hoping that she would have gotten elected. And though she won the popular vote, like they say in America, she didn't become president.
Yeah.
I was so distraught, I didn't even know what to do. And then I had a conversation with Madame Sirleaf about it. And she said to me, Jewel, this is a process. And sometimes it takes a lifetime. Sometimes you don't even see the work that you do. Maybe your grandchildren will see the end result. So it's a process. But you know, when we got the first female democratically elected president on the face of Africa, can you imagine how excited women were across the world that this was indeed possible? Her 12 years opened new doors,
yes,
provided an environment where women begin to think, hey, we're important, we have a voice. She tried to change the dynamics. She put in place some new laws. She had everyone involved from the community level. For the first time in my country, you would go to a meeting in a constituency, and the women would be there. They would speak. They were no longer afraid. Because you know, from our traditional backgrounds, women didn't speak. If you were even allowed to sit in the meeting, you had to be quiet. And once your husband or your father spoke, forget it, that was it.
Yeah, they spoke for everybody.
They spoke for everybody, regardless of the fact that the issues they raised were not the issues that solved the problems that we had.
Yeah.
So you just go and struggle and continue to struggle. And so when you look at the gender gap, and it's still a very large gap. But if you visit any elementary school across Africa and you ask little girls what you want to be, some of them will say, I want to be president.